Today, we are diving deep into a book called The Buddha's Lost Art of Gaam-Node by Alan R. Scott. And right from the get-go, it tackles this really frustrating, universal experience that I think we've all had. That moment where we act out, lose our cool, and are left just wondering, why did I do that again? Let's get into it. The book kicks off with this line, and wow, it just hits you, right? It perfectly captures that sudden jolt when our own actions catch us by surprise, when that feeling of being in control just shatters. It's like discovering you've been carrying this invisible, heavy weight all along, and you only notice it when it all comes crashing down. And that crash, it almost always leads to this one thought, doesn't it? I did it again. It's that quiet, sinking feeling. That realization that you've fallen back into a pattern you swore you were done with. I mean, picture it. You didn't mean to, you weren't trying to hurt anyone, but suddenly this sharp, cutting word just launches itself out of your mouth like a heat-seeking missile, and you see the impact right away. You literally watch the light go out of someone's eyes. It feels like you're watching it happen from outside your own body. And look, it's not just about words, right? It could be the moment a craving just completely hijacks your good intentions. Or maybe it's when you just shut down. You stay silent when you know you should speak up. It's that feeling of being a passenger, not the driver. So what comes next? It's always this question, isn't it? That confusing, looping monologue in your head, full of guilt and frustration. Why on earth did I do that? I know better than this. And you just replay it over and over, trying to figure out where you lost the wheel. And that brings on the ache. That all too familiar tide of regret. It's such a painful loop. You do the thing, you regret the thing, you promise you'll do better, and then boom, you do it again. It is absolutely exhausting, and it can leave you feeling totally powerless. Okay, but here's where the book drops its first really big idea. What if this isn't about you failing? What if it's not a weakness or a lack of willpower? What if what you're experiencing is actually a system malfunction, a hijack? Now, this is a complete reframing of the whole problem. We are so quick to blame ourselves, to see these moments as a deep character flaw. But the book suggests something totally different. It's not a flaw in you. It's a hidden program running its course through you. You didn't choose it. You were just taken for a ride. And this hijack? It has a name. The book calls it inner shaking. And this isn't just a poetic metaphor. No, this is a real physical thing happening inside of you. It's chemical, it's electrical. When something toxic like fear or guilt hits your system, your stress hormones spike, your emotional circuits flood. You're not making a choice. You're just reacting to these tremors inside. So how do you get out of it? Well, the book gives this perfect analogy. Think about a snow globe. When you shake it, it's just total chaos inside, right? But what happens if you just set it down and let it be? The flakes settle on their own and clarity returns. Our minds are just like that. If the system can just stop shaking, it naturally comes back to a place of balance. And this is why all that common advice we hear, just breathe, count to 10, think positive. This is why it so often fails right when we need it most. It's like telling the snow and the globe to settle down while you're still vigorously shaking it. Those techniques don't stop the actual shaking. They don't address the root cause of the hijack. So if it's not us making these choices, then what is driving the car? Well, this leads us to the absolute core idea of the book. We aren't one single unified self. We're actually being driven by three competing hidden forces. Okay, get ready because this idea is a little mind-bending. The book suggests that for most of our lives, we've been listening to the voices of these hidden drivers and thinking they were our own thoughts. The truth, it says, is that there isn't just one you in there. There are three distinct natures all fighting for control. And here they are. First up, you've got the Peacemaker. This is the part of you that wants clarity, calm, and kindness. Then there's the Chaos Agent. This one, well, it loves drama. It thrives on reaction, negativity, and suffering. And finally, there's the Drifter. Its only goal is to keep you zoned out, passive, half asleep. Just letting life happen to you. These three are always there, taking turns at the wheel. Now, just knowing these three are in there, that's the first huge step. But the real promise of the book isn't just about identifying them. It's about giving you a way to see them clearly, in real time. And in that seeing, you start to find your freedom from them. And this is maybe the biggest shift of all. The goal isn't another trick to control your mind, to wrestle it into submission. You don't actually have to fight these forces. The real skill is just about creating enough inner space to see them as they operate, without getting yanked around by them. This skill actually has a name, Gaam-Node, and all it means is the art of setting the right conditions so you can know what's really happening inside your mind. It's a practical skill you can start using right away, not to fix yourself, but simply to see, to finally understand what's going on under the hood. So that's the question we'll leave you with today. What would change if you could stop blaming yourself every time you get hijacked? What if you could just look with real clarity and finally see who or what is actually driving? We'll explore that in our next explainer. Thanks for tuning in.